Oh, okay, so here starts the vlog. So for all my Facebook people, I will be pretty much only be tuning in Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to either do a live video on Monday and or a live and Q&A on Thursday. So that'll be the tune in. A daily vlog will be here on the YouTube channel, Craig S. Kent. So yeah, simplifying my life. Today is Friday, so damn, the week flies, especially when you don't eat. So this week I have introduced a liver cleansing shake from Metagenics, and it has been really good. So I feel my liver going through the last stages of its cleanses. I'm also getting a lot of past emotions are taken care of. A lot of guilt and self-prescribed pain that I was kind of throwing on myself and not giving myself a better break for. So that all came as my liver keeps on detoxing, and I'm dealing with that. So the best way I'm dealing with it is meditation. So meditation, breathing, being in the moment, working on disconnecting that feeling from the thought, of like, oh man, I feel guilty because of this thought. And then I was like, okay, there's guilt, and then there's the thought. Let's remove the feeling, and then it's working pretty good. It's like deprogramming, defragging the system, getting rid of old patterns that don't work for myself is pretty cool. So added in a liver thing. I changed over to a couple different magnesium supplements, a magnesium biglycinate, calcium, CalMag supplement, one of the effervescent kinds. I bumped up greens to roughly almost 4 to 6 servings a day, basically breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then the protein is 2 scoops. It's 140 calories each, breakfast and lunch. And then that comes with Advoclear, which is a concoction to help detox the liver as well. And then I take a detox phase 1 and 2 to help detox the liver. So there's a couple of phases of detox. You got to make sure you do it right. The big thing is making sure I'm staying cleaned all the way out, massively hydrated. It's nice, actually, I've been able to reduce my complete water intake now that I feel like I'm getting a little bit more in tune, getting more balanced between saliva and urine alkalinity, that like I don't need to take in as much. And another one too has been like the addition has been hydrogen water. That stuff's been incredible. Like if I feel at all acidic or brain foggy, just bam, hydrogen water. It's like literally poof, walking through like a magic screen of clarity. So that was pretty cool about bringing in that. Just amazing things have been happening. Amazing things. And it's all about me getting rid of my old habits and really shedding my bodybuilding side of myself completely, relinquishing the old ego that's no longer serving me, but still learning from it, not saying like it's my enemy, just understanding like it got me to where I was. And if I were to keep going on that path, I would keep repeating cycles that were making me unhappy. But now what's going on is all the cycles that I'm rolling on right now are making me very happy. And I would need this, like, because believe it or not, like, even though I'm so happy right now and so many things are going on, I still have moments of extreme sadness where I will be in the car just in tears and, just like, because in a sense, corny as it sounds to myself, like I miss my baby when it comes down to it. Like not being around the woman that I feel that I love for the rest of my life, it's just like, that's suffering, but it's necessary. I'm completely coming to grips with it's fucking necessary, and I wouldn't be releasing PDFs. I would have never gone on this fast. I would have never taken the actionable steps to do what I feel, and I have always researched and learned from amazing people. Like take all that knowledge and put it to use instead of like going elsewhere and asking for assistance, because I pretty much spent my entire 12 decades learning from people at the same time as coaching. So, or 12 decades, 12 years, feels like 12 decades sometimes. So yeah, good stuff going on a kind of like a quintuple, 5-dimensional period shift here going on. Crazy stuff. So, after some deep moments of meditation on a very certain someone and a very certain order of things that may or may not happen, all of a sudden I would get smacked with 1111, just like, whoa, shit, that's there. And 1111 is something very special to me. Never seen it in my life until recently, and it's been hitting me all over the place. And so that led down of a chain of events to, in a sense, have the chance to do ayahuasca. So I'm in the position now to where the ceremonies are very chill. It's very, very private, which is what I wanted. I wanted more of a one-on-one kind of deal versus the group atmosphere, because I'll be ready for the group atmosphere when I've done my one-on-one work with ayahuasca. And what's cool is I did the first experience last night, and it was just 2 tablespoons of very, very deep concentrated liquid. So it's very interesting. Being fasted has a big play to this, and having all my taste buds reset. The ayahuasca tasted incredibly good to me. It was like I swished it around in my mouth, and it was bitter and sweet and smelled like a prune, like a really good prune at the same time, like a fig. So it was like very interesting to me, because from what I got and what I understood, it was gross and people like puked and stuff like that. So I have a lot of theories on the purge. Like, I'm very clean. I really don't have anything to throw up. There's also another way you can purge, is like going to the bathroom, right? So a lot of my medicine experiences would be like taking that shit. Just was like all of a sudden I feel like I'm 25 pounds lighter, and it was a lot of energy in a sense. So the same thing with ayahuasca, people purge a lot of negative energy. I've been doing that in a sense by fasting and not eating anything, so I don't really have anything to purge. Like, my negative energy has been coming out and cleaning itself out, and is continuing to at the same time. And I felt no need to purge. But the next morning, like, I did have a good poop, and it was black roughly, even though it's been like, greenish, which is liver bile and whatnot, and not that often, like once a day now, which is pretty cool because there's no more whole food in my system. My digestion is fucking sweet. So I ate Sunday, broke the fast, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pretty much all digested. Thursday, all gone. Like, so in a sense, my liver and kidneys and my digestion are on that 72 to 96 hour transition point to where all my food is most likely getting absorbed wonderfully. And I could have done better on chewing, so that'll be for the next one. I break the fast on Sunday. So tonight I get to go back into an ayahuasca experience and double the dose. And so last night I was able to sit and breathe, and I had solfeggio tone options, or I had like the Icaro and Parangi from Aubrey Marcus's crowd, who's really, really in tune, really touching. Neither of those suited me. So I'll start by this. I actually started with a complete shower and a bath. My meditation was on point. I was clearing all frequencies, getting ready for it, saging up, like clearing all energies at the same time, and then stepping into it in a very sacred space after I have surrounded myself with wonderful company, in a sense. So I was able to jump into that, and it was beautiful. It was very small. Usually I would just like, hey, let's go off the deep end and do like the full dose. And so it's like I get to do it the other way around, of like easing myself into it. So I'm doing the opposite of what you usually do. So that gave me, it was interesting. I was just laying there, and it, I definitely felt sensations, and I was more in tune with my body. It didn't reveal its full power and spectrum to me because I wasn't ready for it, and I knew I wasn't. So basically what was interesting is like I felt some good things happening in my gut, but more along the lines, it came up through my head, and it felt like I had different movements and different veins going on, and felt like I was getting a deep brain massage at the same time, and I was able to breathe clearer than ever. I was able to put my breath basically wherever I wanted in my body, which was really helping. I was able to find some more alignment. So for those of you guys who don't know, I only have pretty much 4 inches of memory foam on the floor. So what's amazing to me, and this is going off tangent, but I've really had, like, I've always had back issues, and a lot of that could be the weight that I was holding, but something in the Asian culture of like just basically being on almost the bare minimum has really spoken to me. So when I relinquished everything in the last separation period that I went through, I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna get a $60 pad off Amazon. It's our Asian rollout mat. So I started sleeping on that with a blanket on it to kind of curve in, and it was working. Like, it felt like I became more and more in position. I would lay on my side. It would kind of hurt, but I would roll over and I would get some pops, but all good pops. And then I feel more aligned when I laid back on my back. So it was cool to go through that. And as I did that, my sleep didn't suffer. The quality didn't suffer. It actually got better. There's a lot of things at play, but this is a big one. It's all encompassing. I believe all of it definitely works at the same time. You just got to piece it together. That's just what I've done. And so then I went back, I was like, okay, I think I've earned the right to have a little bit more cushion so it feels like I'm floating. And, you know, for like any kind of experience in medicine, that's a really good state to have. And so I was able to jump in and completely like grab that memory foam and I put it on top of the mat pad with the blanket. So I had like roughly 7-8 inches, and sure enough, neck problem came back, hip problem. It felt like my right side was definitely lower than my left side. All sorts of weird stuff. I was able to sleep on my sides better, but not hurting my hips. But at the same time, it felt like my spine was off. So I reduced that. I reduced it to just the memory foam pad on the floor. So now what I do is I spend about 3 to 4 hours a night on just the floor with the rollout pad. So like 2 to 3 inches of padding, and sleep on my side, I go through rotation. I sleep on my back, on my side, and on my side. And then, and it's crazy, my sleep quality does not really suffer. It's insane. So then after that, I'll roll up onto my memory foam mattress, the 4 inches, and just sleep. I'm trying to get on my back as much as possible because I would like to be able to sleep on my back the whole time. So that's why my little nose here, I'm using those nasal strips to increase the flow of oxygen as well. I'm taping my mouth to repattern nasal breathing. That's the only way I do cardio. That's what I do when I drive. So basically I'm trying to shut my mouth closed because I've had to use nasal spray, like I've used the least toxic kind, but it's still in plastic. But I've gone through roughly using that thing as a survival mechanism I don't have it on me, I don't know where it is, and I haven't had it on me for like the past 7 hours. So it's like, holy shit, this is amazing. And it's interesting. So I've come into a lot that healing the sinuses that I've always had an issue with was 1, the liver and the kidneys. 2 was the relationship with my family. So the spiritual side that play, some of the guides that I'm working with, they're like, yeah, it's definitely, you need to heal your relationship with your mother and father. So after this recent relationship, basically, I got turned on to that, looking into why I had certain patterns, and the only way to go is ask my parents and have conversations. And so after some initial frustrating outlashes and the old little Craig coming out, you know, that got through, and all of a sudden we're in this like phenomenal place of healing. All of us, literally, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything. I just had a wonderful conversation with my mom. I was expressing gratitude and tears for the first time ever in my life, and she really got it that I was grateful. My dad as well. So it's like, cool, that's happening. And at the same time, the nasal passages are clearing. At the same time, my kidney and liver are fucking clearing. So it's like, this is really cool stuff happening, and I'm doing it as minimal as possible, like trying to spend as little money on this as possible, just like biggest bang for your buck, so I can make it sure so everyone can have a chance to do it. Because like there's a lot of really awesome tools and gadgets out there. Like I used to have a Theragun, I do have a sub pack and Neurophones, but like I'm always going to invest in high quality sound. It's very important, as if you guys do some research into frequency and how high quality sound it needs to be to actually make a real impact, like you guys are going to jump on some good headphones. But you know, just making sure the quality of everything that I do is high quality, but not any excess anymore. I'm not like, oh, that looks cool and that looks cool and that looks cool, so let's get them all and then test them out, and then I forget to send shit back. So it's like cleaned a lot of stuff up in my priority, like going minimalist, like holding each piece of clothing and be like, do I really want this? No. Do I really want this? Yes. Do I really want this? No. Like really not justifying keeping it around because I might want it later. It was easier for me because like all of a sudden, like this is a medium and it's baggy. Like this used to be like, I wouldn't wear this if I didn't feel lean kind of thing, right? So it was like, holy shit. But at the same time, like I feel stronger, I look bigger, and that's the key. Like I want to be stronger but like be smaller. So that's my goal. I want to be 170, 175 pounds, not stuck to the number, but just feel like 170 pounds, but like be able to be strong as I was at, 215, 220, which I was my strongest. Even though I was at 250, I was like actually pretty weak, very unfunctional, just straight up shitty mechanics from just bodybuilding. Yeah, so I think that's it for today. I get to go back into the beautiful ayahuasca tonight. It's been in my system all day. I can feel it working magic. It's definitely doing some good stuff to the gut, definitely clearing some stuff out. I can feel that. And that's what's nice. I don't have to like bum rush it. I get to taste it and then work into a good dose, which is very rare and very unique, but at the same time, like, I looked at the ayahuasca dieta and I do not believe it is healthy, and I do not believe that people should be following that before they get into ayahuasca. That is why I'm doing it the way I'm doing. Like, the ayahuasca people are actually don't do it fasted, which I can understand why they're saying it, but at the same time, like, I believe fasted is optimal if your micronutrients are in play. So I'm taking that route and we'll see what happens. I'm excited to test my telomeres again here in a little bit and see what happens. But when you start drinking your water and you do this stuff and you do some cool work and meditate like crazy, you start to be able to manifest anything. So all of us are manifesting. All of us are making and creating our own life, right? So you can either choose to live in heaven or hell, and the difference is being aware of it or not. And that's what I've learned recently is like, oh, I'm aware of how I'm manifesting. And the easiest way to check your manifesting is the energy that you're vibrating at, that what you're putting out there is what is going to attract to you. So if you're like I literally, when I drive, I like, if I get semi-frustrated at somebody on the road, I'm like, I love you. And I love you and love you. And I'll tell 5 other cars around them, I can't get them all, or I'll get in a wreck, but at the same time, like, I'm changing everything I'm putting out, and it's changing everything that's coming in. Like, things that I've wanted to put together, but just didn't know exactly how to put the right pieces together. Those pieces are just like, hey, what's up, Craig? We're here. Let's start doing work. And they come in people, they become in items, they come in connections, they come in crystals, they come in different animals. It's pretty interesting. Different animals being my main man, Hero, and Archie over here. And the people involved, you know who you are. And we're about to change amazing, amazing things for people. Like, help them find alignment and heal. Because that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Invest in your water. If there's anything I can leave you with, invest in your water. So thank you for tuning in. I'm going to dip off and go to the rest of my meditation. You can find me on this channel on YouTube, Craig S. Kent on Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Just follow along, share your story. Let me know what you're going through on the posts. Don't leave me messages. Those are hard to get to. So everyone, live long and prosper. I love you. May the force be with you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.